So, did you know that Samsung's best-selling phone in 2023 is the Galaxy A14? Now, that's crazy. It is a device that you wouldn't think would be the best-selling Samsung out there. You would think that it's the Galaxy S23 or S22 or something like that. But no, it's a very budget-friendly, big screen, simple device. And in this video, I want to compare it, how it's a better device in certain aspects than the iPhone 15. So let's go ahead and tell you all about it. So the A14 5G has the nano SIM card slot, while the iPhone 15 has the eSIM. Now, although the eSIM is the newer technology, nano SIM still is the best way to have connectivity to your device. You could swap devices easily. You don't need to download any type of software or contact your carrier to start making changes. It's just a better, easier way of managing your SIM card. Now, believe it or not, lower end cell phones or even mid-rangers, they are better quality, better built devices than more premium phones. So in this case, the Galaxy A14 5G, it's made out of plastic, which obviously sounds cheap, but durability wise, it's better than having glass, which is what the iPhone 15's back is made out of. So if you drop or smack your phone around or kind of rough with it, the plastic is always going to be a better type of build than having glass. If you hold both of these devices together, the bigger device is going to be the Galaxy A14, and it has a 6.6-inch display, really big display compared to the 6.1-inch on the iPhone 15. And obviously bigger is better if you're watching content, videos, playing games, browsing the web, viewing photos. Pretty much everything is better on a bigger screen. And in this case, you're just gonna see more on the Galaxy. Another thing with the screen is that the Galaxy has a 90 hertz refresh rate over the regular 60 hertz refresh rate on the iPhone 15. So that's kind of surprising. A lower end budget device has a better, faster, smoother refresh rate than the more expensive flagship that has that 60 hertz, which pretty much every lower end Android phone, that's what they usually have, is 60 hertz. So it's surprising that the more budget-friendly, simple Galaxy A14 has a higher, better refresh rate than the iPhone 15. One huge advantage that the Galaxy A14 has over the iPhone is that it has a micro SD card slot. So even though the base storage is at 64 gigs, you could expand it to 128, 256, 512, pretty much, for pennies on the dollar. You could get them, the SD cards, very cheap. And, the iPhone 15 starts off at 128 and you cannot upgrade it once you buy it. So that's a big advantage on the Galaxy. Along with that micro SD card slot to expand storage, the Galaxy also has a 3.5-inch headphone jack. So that basically means that you could enjoy all those extra movies, extra games, extra apps without any type of Bluetooth connectivity. And this will help you in battery life. You can put in pretty much any headphones you want. And if you want to connect devices such as microphones and stuff like that, if you do decide to do some type of video editing or some type of project, it's just better having that headphone jack. And also it's easier still in 2023 to connect it to your car if your car only has the aux connection. So that's a big advantage over the iPhone 15 with that it only relies only on USB Type-C. Another big difference between these devices is that the Galaxy has a physical side fingerprint reader, which is, for the most part, since it's physical, a lot of people like having that fast, easy way of unlocking your device. versus the Face ID, which for some people they still miss that old school physical way of unlocking your device. So that's a huge advantage for a lot of people. Now, one big difference that maybe a lot of people don't really know about, but they appreciate it, and I do as well, is having that physical camera shortcut on the Galaxy, which is not found on the iPhone 15. Basically, the Galaxy, you could double tap or double press the power button, the fingerprint button, and it'll bring up the camera real quick. So as soon as you take out your phone, hit that a button twice and you got the camera right there. That's something that you don't find on the iPhone 15. That's only reserved with the action button if you set it like that on the iPhone 15 Pro. So very, very nice. One thing that everybody will agree with me is that the Galaxy A14's 5,000 milliamp battery trumps the iPhone 15's battery any day of the week. A lot of these lower end and mid range Android phones have these 5,000 milliamp batteries, and bigger is simply better. I know iPhones have come leaps and bounds with battery life, even though the physical size is still pretty small. They've become a little bit better, but you just cannot beat just having a simple 5,000 milliamp battery. There's just no way that the iPhone can beat this phone in battery life. Now, me as a parent, this is one thing that I really, really was happy to find out and I started really getting used to and appreciating is having kids mode on Galaxy phones. And with the A14, you could give this phone to a kid and swipe down from the top and select kids mode. So real quickly, you could give it to a kid, put it on kids mode, and they can start playing games, watching apps, doing whatever you want them to do, and they will not access your files, your apps. It's pretty much separates the kids mode from your personal phone. So you don't have to worry about them accessing files or features that you don't want them to access. And iPhone has not given us any type of multitask, multi-user support. And it's kind of scary when you have to give your $1,000, $800 device to a child, and they could either drop it or start playing around and accessing apps they're not supposed to, or just freezing that one app and they can't access out of it. In kids mode on the A14, you could select which apps they could use. They could take pictures, they could do whatever they want to do, and you're in control of it. So they don't have to be stuck just freezing and playing one app, which they'll get tired of. They could actually access their own apps and feel like it's their phone for that moment in time. So that's one big difference. And as a parent, I really appreciate makes the phone a lot more useful. And last but not least, the best feature about the Galaxy A14, its advantage over the iPhone 15 is going to be price. This has been pretty much one of the most important facets and choices in making your phone purchase. And this is true here as well. The Galaxy A14, you can have it for a low, low price. If you go on Amazon here in the States, you could find one for like $100. Prepaid carriers, you can find them, they're giving them away if you switch over your number. The iPhone 15 is still out of reach for a lot of people, but with all the reasons and all the features that I gave you, it doesn't even make sense to get an iPhone 15 if most of the things you do are normal everyday things. And then there's all those pluses that I gave you that the iPhone 15 cannot do. So you have a really low price device that does a lot of things that the iPhone 15 with its $800 price point, the iPhone can't even do. So it's simple fact that the Galaxy A14 is built for value and you get a lot out of this phone for a very, very low price. So if you're not into the iPhone ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem, FaceTime, iMessage, and also if you don't care about having the greatest and latest camera, or you're not a content creator and making videos and music production, the Galaxy A14 is just a way better device, overall features at a low price. So I'll leave it at that. That's been my comparison of the greater features that the Galaxy A14 5G is better at than the iPhone 15.